Fundamentals of Hindu Faith, Part 9. The Bhagavad Gita states that because the action is inescapable, the three paths are better thought of as simultaneously achieving the goals of world maintenance, dharma, and world release, moksha. Through the suspension of desire and ambition, and through detachment from the fruits, phal, of one's action, one is enabled to float free of life while engaging it fully. This matches the actual goals of most Hindus, which include executing properly one's social and ritual duties, supporting one's caste, family, profession, and working to achieve a broader stability in cosmos, nature, and society. The designation of Hinduism as Sanatana Dharma emphasizes this goal of maintaining personal and universal equilibrium, while at the same time calling attention to the important role played by the performance of traditional religious practices in achieving that goal, because no one person can occupy all the social, occupational, and age-defined roles that are requisite to the maintenance of the health of the life organism as a whole. Universal maxims, for example, ahimsa, the desire not to harm, are qualified by the more particular dharmas that are appropriate to each of the four major varnas: Brahmins, priests; Kshatriya, warriors, nobles; and Vaishya, the commoners, peasants, farmers; and Shudras, the servants. These four categories are superseded by the more practically applicable dharmas appropriate to each of the thousands of particular caste, jatis, and these in turn are cross-cut by the obligations appropriate to one's gender and stage of life, ashrama. In principle, then, Hindu ethics is exquisitely context-sensitive, and Hindus expect and celebrate a wide variety of individual behaviors. Ashramas, the four stages of life. Europeans and American scholars have often overemphasized the so-called life-negating aspects of Hinduism. The rigorous disciplines of yoga, for example, the polarity of asceticism and sensuality, which assumes the form of a conflict between aspiration for liberation and heartfelt desire to have descendants and continue earthly life, manifest itself in Hindu social life as the tension between the different goals and stages of life. For many centuries, the relative value of an active life and the performance of meritorious works, pravritti, as opposed to the renunciation of worldly interest and activity, nivritti, has been much debated issue. While philosophical works such as Upanishads emphasized renunciation, the Dharma text argued that the householder who maintains his sacred fire, begets children, and performs his ritual duties well also earns religious merits. Nearly 2000 years ago, these Dharma's text elaborated the social doctrine of the four ashramas, which are four abodes. This concept was an attempt to harmonize the conflicting tendencies of Hinduism into one system. It held that a male member of any of three higher classes should first become a caste student and there is brahmacharin, then become a married householder, and so on. I'll tell the same in the next.